does not just begin with you, but it also begins in you. Change your mindset and the way you think, and everything about you will change. With that, I welcome you to Newsreel on Pensioners 106.7 FM at Barigo or Nireke Ibadan. It is a newspaper review program where we take a look at topical and salient issues from the newspaper. My name is Israel Adejumobi, and I'm not just doing this alone this morning. I'm with
My name is Favor Oloruntola. But he was talking about change earlier.
mm,
Yes, change is paramount. Change is quite important for you to actually make progress
mm,
in whatever it is that you're doing. This is me saying welcome to News Real on Pensioners 106.7. During the course of the program, you would also have a chance to call in after we read the story, and our news analyst is in the studio to
mm.
actually do justice to every of the stories that we'll be bringing out your way this morning. Good morning.
Going straight to the headlines this morning. I have thus coming from the presidency. It says Buhari appoints executives for AMCON.
And on insecurity, Buhari won't resign. APC replies PDP.
And still on security and insecurity, hoodlums attack Northern Ondo monarch, destroys palace.
And a CDC challenges stakeholders on disaster reduction.
Experts take federal government to tax on food security.
Senate considers bill to blacklist loan defaulters, and operatives give investment condition as pension fund it 11.57 trillion naira.
Postpone deadline for insurance recapitalization, reps orders NICOM.
A Nigeria embassy in Germany fires guard over sex for passport scandal, and fresh NSAS plotters to instigate coup, Northern News.
And this is on Minor. It says that miners briefcase companies had 3 billion naira turnover. EFCC witness as police arraign man who slapped core in Lagos.
Makinde's wife advocate for more welfare for women and youth.
And this is on education. It says ASU agrees to end strike today in Gigi as federal government pulls 100 teachers to Oyo State.
Don't declare presidential election results. Ghana electoral body wants.
And this is sports. It says Oyo Swan and NUP indoor games take center stage today in Ibadan.
Before I take my own sports stories, marketers kick against 5 naira reduction in pump price. Nigeria crude oil earnings rebound by 106%. And in sports on my side, Oyo State is ready to host top-notch sporting champions.
All right, so going straight to the details of the story this morning. That's coming from the presidency. Buhari appoints executives for NICOM. President Muhammadu Buhari has renominated Mr. Ahmed Kuro as managing director and Mr. Eberichuku Uneze and Mr. Aminu Ismail as executive directors of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria for the final term of 5 years. This was contained in a letter to the President of the Senate seeking confirmation of the nominees by the upper chamber in accordance with Section 10 of the AMCON Act 2010. In another letter to the President of the Senate in compliance with the relevant sections of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation NDIC Act of 2010, President Buhari has asked the Senate to confirm the nominations of Mr. Bello Azan as the Managing Director and Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Ibrahim as Executive Director of the corporation. The two nominees are to succeed Mr. Umar Ibrahim and Prince Agatise Eredwawa, whose second terms end yesterday as Managing Director and Executive Director at the NDIC.
And now let's talk about security and politics. In security, Buhari won't resign, APC replies PDP. Whether you like it or not, he remains our president. Those were the words from the National Executive Committee of All Progressive Congress while condemning the People's Democratic Party leadership call for the resignation of the president, Muhammadu Buhari, over security situation in the country. Recall that PDP recently called on the president to resign due to security challenges facing the country, but APC next said the president would resign. Governor Nasru El-Rufai of Kaduna State, who briefed State House correspondents at the end of the APC NEC meeting in Abuja, said that the committee condemned the call in very strong terms. El-Rufai said the APC NEC frowned at the way and manner security issues were being politicized by the opposition party to score cheap political goals. The governor also reviewed that the committee approved a 6-month extension for the Mai Mala Buni-led Caretaker Extraordinary National Convention Planning Committee, as well as dissolution of the party structures at the world states and national levels. He said the NEC has also approved the granting of waivers to persons who recently joined the party, as well as those disastrous of joining the party in the nearest future. According to him, such news members will enjoy all the benefits and privileges accruable by virtue of their membership in the party.
And still insecurity and insecurity this morning, hoodlums attack another Indo monarch, destroys palace. Feel this after the killing of Olufon Fifon in Ondo State. Some hoodlums have again allegedly attacked the traditional ruler of Ode community in Akure North local government area of Ondo State, Obasunde Boboyi, and also destroyed his palace. The incident was the second time in 1 week as some youths allegedly burnt down the false palace of the monarch last week. After the attack, Oba Boboyi was said to have moved to the second palace, where he was allegedly attacked again. It was gathered that the attack was not unconnected with the land dispute between the Ode and its neighboring Isinibo community. According to an eyewitness, the hoodlums stormed the Ode community about 12:05 a.m. on Tuesday, shooting indiscriminately while everyone was asleep. Shortly after, they allegedly moved to the second palace of the traditional ruler, where they continued the shooting. A resident of the community who identified himself as Ayodiji Agbebi said the entire community was awakened when the hoodlums entered the town and started shooting. In reaction, the embattled traditional ruler said the attack was targeted at him. The police public relations officer in the state, Mr. Tilio Ikoro, confirmed the incident and said the command had sent its men to the community to restore peace. He added that investigation had begun into the matter.
NSCDC challenges stakeholders on disaster reduction. And natural disasters management stakeholders have called for collaboration of members of the public in ensuring speedy response to calamities in their jurisdictions. The stakeholders stated this at a 2-day workshop on disaster management organized by Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Oyo State Command, a National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Assistant Zonal Coordinator, Ibadan, Mr. Debiyi Babatunde, highlighted preparedness, response, recovery, and rehabilitation as elements to reduce the spread of disasters. Also, Disaster Management Coordinator of Nigeria Red Cross Oyo State Branch, Mr. Fadeyi Akintomiwa, said everybody should see disaster management as clarion call and the four collective efforts to reduce the menace. On the spot, Commissioner for Environment and Natural Disasters, Mr. Idowu Oyeleke, maintained that holistic approach towards the disaster management would go a long way at fighting any forms of disaster. Earlier, Oyo State NSCDC Commandant Mr. Iskiku Akinsoya noted that the program became imperative for the officers to be exposed to strategies of managing natural and man-made disasters.
And this is still on economic says experts think federal government to tax on food security. An agricultural expert has advised the federal government to stop exporting farm produce to address food insecurity. One of the pioneers of organic agriculture in Nigeria, Professor Gideon Adeoye, stated these on the monitored radio program in Ibadan. Professor Adeoye, who stressed that Nigeria was an agrarian country, pointed out that the nation could be food sufficient if government's investment in agriculture was properly channeled to reach farmers at grassroots. Professor Adeoye said rain-fed agriculture could no longer sustain crop production in the country and advised governments to adopt irrigation agriculture to be able to crop all year round. He noted that effort must be made to address insecurity affecting farmers in some part of the country. Gold road networks provided to enable farmers in rural areas to access the urban cities. The professor of agronomy also advocated the use of organic fertilizers to grow crops instead of mineral fertilizers.
And to the Senate considers bill to blacklist loan defaulters. The need to ensure financial and debt discipline has prompted the Senate to pass second reading a bill to allow bank recover loans from defaulters, place them on watch list, and eventually blacklist them without resource to the borrowers. The bill, sponsored by Senator Sani Musa, is seeking an act to establish a unified scheme for a sound financial system that will facilitate and improve credit repayment culture by empowering creditors, banks to track loan defaulters. Musa, who said the creditor banks will be able to do so through the means of the defaulter's bank verification number, added that the bill would empower the creditor banks to recover the said loans from other accounts operated by the defaulters without resource to the loan borrowers. He also said the bill would provide penalties for branches and violations of obligations and enhance loan recovery across banking sectors in Nigeria. He said credit is seen as the bloodstream of the banking business, which oils the wheels of development. He added that the situation of Nigeria at present demands an injection of healthy bank credit and recovery system that will effectively fasten the pace of growth. The Deputy President of the Senate, Ovioma Giges, who presided over the plenary, referred the bill to the Senate Committee on Banking. Give investment conditions as pension funds hit 11.57 trillion naira. The Pension Funds Operators Association of Nigeria said pension fund custodians and pension funds administrations will obey the guidelines given to them by the National Pension Commission before releasing the growing funds in their custody for investment. The association, which consists of the PFAs and the PFCs, also said they would consider the risk appetite before releasing the funds for investments to investors. Latest figures obtained from PENCAM on Tuesday revealed that the total funds under the contributed pension scheme had risen to 11.57 trillion naira as of end of September, of which 7.5 trillion has been invested in federal government securities.
All right, I think this story. Postponed deadline for insurance recapitalization, Reps orders NICOM. The House of Representatives has asked the National Insurance Commission to suspend the December 31, 2020 set for operators in the insurance industry to recapitalize. This, the House said, is due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the current economic recession, and the aftermath of the recent NSAS protests, which led to looting, vandalism, and destruction of property, leading to claims from insurance service providers. The deadline is for the first phase of the 50% to 60% of the minimum paid-up share capital for insurance and reinsurance companies. However, the House said the deadline should be extended by a minimum of 6 months from January 2021 as to cushion the effect of COVID and other unforeseen circumstances on the insurance industry. At the plenary, the House had unanimously adopted a motion of urgent public importance moved by Benjamin Kalu and 32 others calling for the suspension of the proposed recapitalization of insurance companies, insurance intermediaries, and other players in the insurance sector in view of the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic recession. The lawmaker noted that the changes to the minimum paid-up share capital were life insurance, 2 billion naira to 88 billion naira, 33 billion naira to 10 billion naira, and 5 billion naira to 18 billion naira, and reinsurance 10 billion naira to 20 billion naira. The lawmaker expressed concern that if NICOM was allowed to proceed with its program as planned, it could negatively affect the economy and slow down the recovery process. All right, going straight to the first story, I would like our analysts to start reacting to some of the stories we have read. And we're starting with this. Buhari appoints executives for AMCOM. It says President Muhammadu Buhari has renominated Mr. Mia Chukuru as Managing Director and Mr. Ebere Chukwuneze and Mr. Aminu Ismail as Executive Directors of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria for the final term of 5 years. So what's your reaction to this, sir?
Well, to start with, if you fail to introduce me to our listeners,
I was just talking to Israel.
All right, we have in the studio with us our analyst, Mr. Olufemi Olukule. Good morning, sir. Sorry for that.
Okay, good morning, listeners. Well, talking about the reappointment of those guys into office. Well, the president has the power to do that, and he may have seen that they have performed creditably in their first term. So, all one can just say is just to wish them luck and then ask them to up their game so that Nigerians will enjoy their services better than they did during the first term. So that's just
Okay, there is a story on insecurity. Buhari won't resign. APC replies PDP. What do you have to say about that? The APC replying to PDP's request for the president to be impeached, to resign?
well, one doesn't expect anything from APC other than what they have said. They must defend their own. They must lampoon the opposition for asking the president to resign. But the people that should be pitied are the Nigerians who are being used as a chessboard to play chess game. Those who are asking the president to resign, I believe they are not doing so for the fun of it. All of us know that there is serious insecurity in the land. And one of those things, the cardinal, the main expectation of Nigerians, the major expectation of Nigerians from the president is, one, to secure their lives and their property. Other things are secondary, because it is when you are alive that you can transact businesses, you can own this and own that. And then you can go to we even saw the people that were killed last week. They were on their farms doing their legitimate business of farming, but they were killed there. So the major thing, the real major thing, is for the president to protect lives and then the property of the people. And because this is not being realized by the people, that is why every Nigerian, aside from the PDP, every Nigerian is saying that the president, if you know you cannot do it, if you are overwhelmed by the heavy yoke of the office, then throw in the towel and let another person do it. But you see, one did not expect the APC to say anything to further attack their own, who is the president of Nigeria. Because this time, those who are calling for I believe those who are calling for resignation of the president are saying so as Nigerians. But APC is saying what it's saying as a party. So there's a difference. So we are being pushed here and there, like being tossed here and there, like somebody playing chess game. What one can just tell the president is, for goodness sake, to up his game and ensure that there is safety of the lives of Nigerians and their property.
All right, this is still on security. It says Ulam's attack, Northern Ondo monarch destroys palace. A few days after the killing of Olufon of Ifon in Ondo State, hoodlums have again allegedly attacked the traditional ruler of a Day community in Akure North local government area of Ondo State, Obasunde Boboyi, and also destroyed his palace.
You see, there are rulers in the southwest and any other place where they listen to the sound of this radio station, to please ensure that they govern the people very well with sincerity and the fear of God. Because we don't know the real thing that led to that thing, other than that it was because of a disagreement over land or whatever. But there must be more to it than what we have just heard. So let there be transparency in the way our traditional fathers govern our people, so that they will have confidence in them and there will not be skirmishes and destruction here and there. Now, the second angle to it is that, for God's sake, it is becoming an embarrassment, a serious embarrassment for a traditional ruler, a king in Yoruba land, to be killed cheaply or to be attacked, the palace to be burnt. You see, in those days, I'm privileged to have lived with my granny in the village, real village. When I say village, not just this cosmopolitan villages that we have now, village. And I knew what I mean, Yoruba culture and tradition was. But you see, everything has been polluted now. If somebody does not have the powers, if you don't inherit, because they say kings are second in command to Olodumare, that means they have powers.
The second vestry of the god.
Yes, Olodumare has power. And then, being the second in command, they too must have powers. So if they will just be treated just anyhow, like a hoodlum, and a king will not be able to say, hey, stop there, and it is obeyed. It is terrible. So it is anybody who knows that he doesn't have the wherewithal, he doesn't know how to commune with his ancestors, his forefathers. I mean, I don't believe he has business on the stool. You see, we don't want a lack of ways on the stool. We want people who can really speak to our forefathers and hear from them. So it is becoming an embarrassment, serious embarrassment for hoodlums to chase a king out of the palace, hoodlum to just kill a king. It is an embarrassment. I think all of them, the Yoruba traditional rulers, should hold meetings and then, redraw the architecture of a governance in the traditional way, so that we don't hear this kind of embarrassment any longer.
Thank you so much, Femi Olukule. I will have the story. NSCDC challenges stakeholders on disaster reduction. And you're also going to talk about this story. Senate considers bill to blacklist loan defaulters. Please give your own opinion on these two stories.
The Senate decided to blacklist defaulters. If we look at those who default heavily, they are the elite. They are the ones that borrow heavy money from banks and then they know how not to pay. So if the Senate decides to blacklist them and punish them in another way, and I think it is welcome, because if somebody borrows and the money you are borrowed belongs to another people, so if you borrow and you don't pay back, you are injuring the economy. So if the Senate is now alive to its responsibility by ensuring that they are exposed and probably punished in one way or the other, I think it's a welcome development. So please, what is the second story?
The second story is on NSCDC challenges stakeholders on disaster reduction.
Yeah, I think NSCDC or something.
Yeah.
I think they are doing their work, and I think the warning is timely, more especially we are entering into the dry season, and then the Harmattan air is so hungry and so fast. Anybody who is careless with a fire, this is a time that every one of us should be very careful, not be careless with our property. And aside from that, this is a festive season where people hustle to make money legitimately and illegitimately. So nobody should be flippant with his property. You shouldn't be complacent. So everybody should up the game of security, so that we don't give the law enforcement agencies too much headache.
All right. I would like to take these two stories together. Expect the federal government to tax on food security, as well as postpone deadline for insurance recapitalization. Rep orders NICOM. I would like to have your reactions on the stories.
You see, talking about the food security, I know Nigeria, for one thing, we like to sermonize. We talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and we don't have a blueprint, a white paper rather, for action. So, but we like talking. If you look at it, let's take oil as an example. We've always been talking that Nigeria should not depend on oil. We should go into agriculture. We should go into farm. When a government comes, it sermonizes. When it goes, another one comes, it sermonizes. We've been talking this thing from time immemorial. So I think we should stop talking and we should get into action, real action, to revamp our agricultural sector so that the economy may live, because the economy is gasping now, so that it may live. You see, that is why other nations are just the way they look at us, the way they think about us in the Committee of Nations, they see us as on serious bunch, because we have everything that we need to be great, even greater than those Western nations we go to borrow money. But you see, to translate all these things into concrete action is our problem. We all just like talking. Everybody we advise government will even advise itself to go into agriculture. So I don't know. I think what they said is
the second story is about postponed deadline for insurance recapitalization. Rep orders NICOM.
Yes, there's no one. In fact, during the period this NSAS program was hijacked by hoodlums, and the hoodlums were burning properties, looting, and all the rest, my mind flashed to the insurance companies that, yes, these people are in problem now, because anyone who has insured his property, his company, before the looting, the burning, and all the rest, surely we go to the insurance that, look, come and bail me out of this problem. So any insurance company that is not standing properly, that is not having good financial muscle, will be in trouble, and we put its client into another into a second round of problem. So it is a experience that the insurance companies should be strong, and then be able to bail their clients out of whatever calamity that befalls them. So that they should recapitalize is a welcome development. It is good.
All right, to contribute to the stories we've been discussing, the studio line 0908-111-1067 and 0808-010-1067, 0908-111-1067 and 0808-010-1067. I have the stories. Nigerian embassy in Germany fires guard over sex for passport scandal. There is a Yoruba adage which says, whatever a child loves eating should not ache him or her in the stomach. Well, this may not be the case at all times, as the Nigerian embassy in Germany has relieved the security guard of his appointment. Martins Oni has been found guilty of sexual abuse and other criminal activities. Okay, let's take this call. Hello?
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Good morning. John Jock is my name. Thank you, Mr. Lukunle.
Thank you, Mr.
For your analysis this morning. I'm coming from Challenge, and I want to talk about insecurity. Let me just make it known that the federal government has apparently done its best to save the nation. It has done its best to equally secure the nation. Unfortunately, government efforts have failed, considering the Zambamari massacre in Borno State recently by terrorists. However, PDP calling for president resignation is in order. Considering the fact that APC as opposition party then equally called for the resignation of President Goodluck Jonathan then during this time, it is equally in order for APC to defend the president. There is nothing wrong about it. But what I would like the APC should explain to Nigerians, the differences have made between today and 2015 when he inherited the war against Boko Haram. John Ejok is my name.
Thank you so much, John, for calling into the studio. Okay, I was reading the story. Only last month, footage on social media showed Oni in a hotel room, half naked, arguing with an unknown person who accused him of demanding sex from females who applied for passport renewals. The embassy has suspended Oni, while the Nigerian ambassador to Germany, Yusuf Toga, had ordered an investigation into the incident. Giving an update on the issue, the embassy in a statement said the probe committee found Oni guilty of the allegation. Now, this is a Nigerian in Germany and in the embassy. So, Femi Olukunle, what do you have to say about this?
Well, it is not surprising. You see, one thing in this country is that if somebody has power over another person, no matter how small that power is, he uses the power to oppress. So that is what surprises me about Nigerians. Look at that man. He's a gate man at a Nigerian embassy. and trying to force somebody into sexual activity in order to have passport or something like that. You see, that is he used his power as a gate man to oppress that poor lady. And that is what most Nigerians do whenever they have power. So I'm not surprised that he did that. But what pains me seriously is that he has further embarrassed Nigeria, and he embarrassed us behind the frontiers of this country. So I'm sure this story we are reading must have been celebrated in the newspapers of that country in Germany there. So, and it is an international embarrassment. So, for goodness sake, any Nigerian, from the ones who sell gari in the market, because they sell gari and you don't have that gari, you just have to go and buy gari from them. Some of them shortchange you by making sure that the quantity they give you is not commensurate with the money you paid. And the same thing, drivers. Now we are in festive season. Probably from Lagos to from Ibadan to Lagos now is probably 700 naira, because we are now in the festive season. They will raise it to 1,500. They say and go Odun, and Odun does not bring any money to anybody. So you see, all of us know how we cheat one another, and that is, the country cannot develop, cannot grow if we decide to cheat. Actually, he has not given us good compliment as a nation, and it is most unfortunate. It's most unfortunate.
All right. I have the story on mine. It says miners briefcase companies had 3 billion naira turnover. EFCC witness. An Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's prosecution witness said on Tuesday that the former chairman of the Defunct Pension Reform Tax Team, Abdul Rashid Miner, operated briefcase companies with 3 billion naira turnover in their accounts without engaging in any business. The anti-graft agency is prosecuting Miner before the Federal High Court in Abuja on charges of money laundering involving 2 billion naira. This Miner's case has been on for some time.
Miner's case has become a chameleon feces. That if it sticks to your foot, the more you clean it, the more it gets stuck to your foot. And it has become an international embarrassment to this nation. And it's that time they dispensed that case, so that we'll be done with a Miner, because that is a nightmare to Nigerians. So let them quickly dispense it and then give him whatever justice will give him. So.
And I still have another story. A police arraigned man who slapped core in Lagos. The Lagos State Police Command has charged a man who allegedly slapped a police officer to court. The command said the unnamed man slapped the police officer twice on December 6, 2020, around the Alausa area of Lagos State.
Yeah. One thing that every man in uniform, every man, every woman in uniform must know is that, one, they are human beings. The people they are treating are also human beings. Everyone has his own temperament. So you see, I know that what they teach them in their training schools is to treat human beings with dignity. So because you are in uniform, you treat somebody, even if that person was caught committing terrible crime, you will still give him some respect, and then give him some courtesy, and then when he faces when he is taken to court, let the court deal with him or her. But you see, for you, if you slap somebody just because you are in uniform, the person may likely do the same to you. And when he does that to you, you say he has beaten the law officer. So let respect beget respect. So when a law officer apprehends somebody, that person is not guilty, or he has been proven to be guilty by competent court.
Mr. Olukunle, I think the reverse is the case in this story. Okay. Actually, the police arraigned man who slapped core in Lagos. So it's the man slapping the policeman now.
Yes.
Okay.
That man is not a mad person. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Something must have triggered that action.
Okay.
To every action, there must be a reaction.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, that for every law officer, for everyone inside or in uniform,
Okay.
to be respected. Respect even the accused person first. So don't descend on them, don't beat them, don't. If you beat him, it's a human being. There was a footage I saw. The soldier was just beating that man, beating him. And that one saying, "Oh God, leave me now, leave me now." That one was running away, and the soldier was chasing him. That one just went to a butcher and picked a cutlass. He wanted to pieces the soldier, and the soldier ran away, and the man started chasing him. Look at that scenario. It's an embarrassment. So, because you are in uniform, you don't have to treat people anyhow. Respect them. They will give you maximum respect. They will respect you as a human being. They will respect the uniform you are wearing. So that man, if you look at it, although we have not been told, but if you look at it very well, it's not a mad person. He can't be a mad person to just slap a cop. So there must be an action that has elicited that reaction. So let us respect ourselves as Nigerians.
All right, to be a part of the discussion this morning, you can always call the studio lines 0908 111 1067 0908 111 1067. You can also call 0808 010 1067 0808 010 1067. That's the number to call if you want to be a part of the discussion this morning.
Okay, another story. Fresh EndSARS protests plot to instigate coup. That is coming from the Northern Youths. The Northern Youth Leaders Forum says it will mobilize youth in 19 northern states in Abuja to resist the second wave of the EndSARS protest. The group also alleged that the second wave of EndSARS protests was attempts to pave the way for a military incursion by way of a coup and possibility disintegration of the country. The youth group, an umbrella body of 42 northern youth groups, said it reached a resolution at the end of the National Executive Council meeting of the body in Gombe State.
Well, I think one really has to be very careful with this story, because, so that one does not, one is not seen as someone who is promoting something against the government. But the fact of the matter is that much as one is not saying that, yes, second round of EndSARS protest is necessary, one wants to say that protest, until it is expunged from our constitution, it is something that is normal. So for the people up north there to say that it is against their people, their own region, that is their opinion.
I think for now we have to go for a commercial break. We'll be right back. Are you looking for an opportunity to explore your talent? Are you gifted in music, dancing, comedy, acting, artwork, magic, instrumental, football, freestyle, DJ, vocal, mimicking, and any other form of talent? Or do you want to become the next global superstar with a wide range of audience? Then you should participate in the Your Top Talent 2020, put together by Rico World Base in conjunction with Bonturol Entertainment, set up to discover and enrich talented youth and kids in order to bring them into limelight. To participate, record a minute video of your heart and send online contest to www.oyotoptalent.com.ng with a registration fee of 2,000 naira only, and you will stand a chance of winning amazing prizes. Prizes include second runner-up 100,000 naira, first runner-up 250,000 naira, while the winner goes on with a whopping amount of 500,000 naira. The fourth and fifth runner-up will go with 50,000 naira respectively. Other mouth-watering prizes such as talent promotion and ambassadorship will be given out as well. Registration begins on the 5th of December and ends on the 12th of December 2020. To pick your form in Ibadan, contact 091-3420-2293 or 080-2237-3535. To pick your form with Alapo at Paris FM Ogumosho, you can call 080-7791-2712. Host is Bonturol Entertainment, powered by Rico World Peace.
All right, welcome back to Newsreel on Pensioners 106.7. We've been discussing some stories, and I've got another story here, which says marketers kick against 5 naira reduction in petrol pump price. Against the backdrop of the 5 naira reduction in price of premium motor spirit petrol announced by the federal government, fuel marketers have said it is not possible to sell the product at 162 naira per litre amidst the current market realities. Mr. Femi Olukule, What do you have to say about this?
At Abeokuta yesterday, I saw a filling station that was dispensing at 162 naira per liter. I hadn't even read the story by that time. So it was when I came back that I saw that, yes, it has been, the price has been slashed to that amount. That's decision to kick against 162. Because if the government had skyrocketed it to, say, 200 naira, they would have adjusted their pumps immediately. So you see, I don't know why anything that has got to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerians, Nigerians kick against it. Nigerians who have the opportunity kick against it. So they have to adjust. They have to adjust, just like we too have been adjusting. Not that consumers have a money spinning machine or money manufacturing machine that makes us to adjust to whatever heavy yoke they put on us. So they too should adjust and talk with the petroleum department and then sort out their problems. And this thing they are talking about doesn't concern us so much.
We can take one call this morning, 0908-111-1067 and 08080101067. We have the story, Mark. Oh, there's a call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, speaking from Electoral, this is Ayodeji.
Ayodeji, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to contribute shortly about the APC saying that Buhari won't resign. Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Buhari won't resign. Yes, he will not resign because that is one of the things in Nigeria that they are using against us. We all know that if it is in an outside country, this thing cannot happen. He has done so bad for this country, and he is not a president worthy of that position. Really, to say all these things, it is very, very hurting to see these things. But Buhari is not doing well. He's not doing well at all. For example, now in Asian countries like Japan, Korea, that this thing cannot happen. Even it is very, very certain for them. For a president to resign within 3 days, even within 24 hours. But that can.
All right, thank you so much. I would like to take this story on the Oyo Swan. It says the Oyo Swan NUP Indoor Games takes center stage today in Ibadan. Four women will be among participants to compete for medals at the 2020 Oyo Swan Pensioners Indoor Game, which begins today in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. According to the chairman, the Oyo State chapter of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, Olaolu Fawole, the 4 female senior citizens are to compete with their male counterpart in Ayolokpon, Droth, and cards categories. And the draws of the event held at the Africans Models House on Nureke Ibadan show that the competition will be keenly contested. Fawole explained that some participants will be traveling from Ogbomoso and Oyo for the 2 days competition. He added that the palm wine, which is synonymous with traditional games, would equally be provided for all the participants.
And still on sports, Oyo State is ready to host top-notch sporting championships. Oyo State government has pledged readiness to host more sporting championships as the state prepared to host the World Super Featherweight Championship boxing bout in Ibadan. This was made known by the secretary to the state government while receiving the World Boxing Super Featherweight Championship belt from the chairman, a local organizing committee at the State Executive Chambers Secretariat Ibadan. Adeosun noted that in addition to the 4 pillars of the present administration, the championship will bring spectators the championship to boost the economy of the state. In his remark, the chairman, local organizing committee, Oluwole Okuni, expressed that the state will be on the international map and center of attraction after the bout. Pensioners FM correspondent Aluluwa Professor report that the last time state hosted World Boxing bouts was on the 10th of August, 1963, when the Nigerian Richard Iyetu, nicknamed Dick Tiger, defeated James Firmer for the World Middleweight Championship at the Liberty Stadium. That's as far as we can go on Newsreel this morning. Thank you. And Ayodeji for calling in to the studio. My name is Favor Olorunta, do have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Olufemi Olukunle, our analyst, for being on the show today. We sincerely appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right. That will be all in today's edition of Newsreel, reaching you from Pensioners FM 106.7. My name is Israel Adejumobi, and I'm saying have a great and wonderful day.
Pensioners FM. This is Africa's model. Africa's model.
Let the children come unto me, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Pensioners FM Santa Claus is here again this year with a bang! Parents and guardians, bring your children and word to our Santa Claus Gecko at Oyo State Pensioners House at Barigo, Onire K-Badan. As from Tuesday, 1st December 2020, valuable gifts await the children from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Catch fun, feel the mood of the season. Schools, churches, corporate organizations, local government agencies, and associations can also come and book for Pensioners FM 106.7 mobile Father Christmas at affordable rate. Christmas is here. Come, let's celebrate Jesus.
Pensioners FM. This is Africa's model.
Let's go to church, my people. Baba God, àwa ọmọ rẹ̀ dé láti gbóhùn ẹ̀bẹ̀ wá sókè sí ọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti gbọ́ àdúrà Èlíjà. Baba gbọ́ àdúrà mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti gbọ́ àdúrà Èlíjà. Baba gbọ́ àdúrà mi. Okay, Baba, wọ́n pariwo pa àwọn lógun. Àdúrà nìkan ni mo mọ̀, mo fi ń kọkùn. Mo mọ̀ páláwo wà, bẹ̀lá dáhùn ṣe. Ẹrù mi ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, bàbá bá mi gbé. Cause I believe in you only. I'm a sinner, I no talk say I too holy. All my enemies you dribble with no mercy. Not to brag, but just to learn lesson. Àdàbí ti báàrò tí wọ́n láìda. Wọ́n ṣe science láti try, I'll shine wa. Àdàbí tí wọ́n mímí bá kéṣe wọn. Wọ́n pọ̀ fọ̀bọ̀ Olúwa ò gbére wọn. Well, I'm just alone with my God. I tire for this sport, so I pray make I pot. I believe in my lima, Jehovah na my sword. Hey, Jehovah na my sword. Baba God, àwa ọmọ rẹ̀ dé láti gbóhùn ẹ̀bẹ̀ wá sókè sí ọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti gbọ́ àdúrà Èlíjà. Baba gbọ́ àdúrà mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti gbọ́ àdúrà Èlíjà. Baba gbọ́ àdúrà mi. Okay, oní kí n máa ṣiṣẹ́ díẹ̀, máa rere púpọ̀, pérò máa pákí sọ́dọ̀ mi bẹni tó wà ní Kútọ̀. Everyday grinding, fàájì òkùnkùn nísọ̀, ìgbà mi máa kọrin kalẹ̀, nobody to feature. Àti aya mi bá mi kú, àdúrà ló jẹ́ kó bá mi yé. Fìtílà ní kérúbù àbẹ́là sẹ̀lẹ̀ ò láfiwé. Ẹni tó rù ú ló máa sọ kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ mi. Ìgbà tí mo ti jáde nínú ìdí, mo ti lẹ́ni mi. Mi ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ọba sọ pé kọ́ máa kí wa pé wọ́n mọ̀. Púpọ̀ wa ọ̀pọ̀ fẹ́ kí mọ́mí mi jẹ wọn mọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti kọjá ẹkún ṣe náà máa ń bú sẹ́rìn. Tí ìṣòro bá ti pọ̀ jù ó di dandan ká gbé sẹ́mi. Yọmí, mo mọ̀ pé àwọn pípù yìí lágbára. Wọ́n ní kò ṣe Jíbọ́lá wà láì ó máa sábà wà. Mo fẹ́ kó kọ́ wà láì ó máa dára wa. Jèhófà ṣóhun gbọ́ ìwọ nìkan ni mo sáwá bá. Baba God, àwa ọmọ rẹ̀ dé.
This is Africa's model.
Mastercraft on the beat.
Gigi Moji o baba gba àdúrà o. Káyé mi dára o baba gba àdúrà o. Rolls Royce no be met with Akura o. Plenty money la fẹ́ baba gba fún wa o. Me. If na lion teeth the money day, not to carry dentist follow body. My eyes on Zobo, believe me. Ghana must go dope, no be color money. I hear many talking about me, saying this VEC now wow. Lafiaji they hot Lafiaji, take it easy but bro malo wow. Many things I want to do, found won't be me. If enemy like make it on scarf, Konile body me. Gigi Moji o baba gba àdúrà o. Káyé mi dára o baba gba àdúrà o. Rolls Royce no be met with Akura o. Plenty money la fẹ́ baba gba fún wa o. Me. Something you don't know, your love Fuji don't know. Níbi tẹ́gbẹ́ mi bá ṣeré, kémi lè rówó náà o. Bàbá dákun dàbọ̀ yẹ o, jẹ́ kí n kí owó kàbọ̀. Bàbá ṣe mí lóore, bàbá mi ti ṣe mí lóore. Kid out dollar, we hustle every day for the dollar. Shop boy, don't be a dollar. Make hunger no go round your neck like collar.
Pensioners FM, this is Africa's model.
Show the way to do, like that, yeah. Oh, give me one share this a friend, yeah. Show the way to do, yeah. Baba, good money. Modori mumu, I pray, make it be for me. Mojale loleni woke up, sure show me. Oluwajo, make you shower your blessings on me. As I do up, oh yeah, make you joy they go. Make my song for Igboro, they ring bell they go. Ori me ya messenger, Nico J. Tibashe bere koma so follow, I go walk out to my yeah. Nibata bero da big pekosi. Bimo shento, baba koma lo leto si. Na so my level don't change me neto si. Tori me, Oluwajo maje koko kosi. Cause I the to kushi ma jagbado. Timo also lati mushi dagbado. Omo mi ninu ghetto, enemies alemelo. Next week, il est Bobby Samuel Leto.
Oh, go easy, don't easy. All the boys on take my share, they won't come up for street. Last year we are cool up, but this year we bad. We go give them a thought, we go show them the pepper. Oh yeah, it go be, yeah. It go be, yeah. It go be, Wish me well, make I wish you well too. Do me well, make God do you well too. Mon chéri, je te pas mon chéri. Moi je cherche vous faire baby. Moi je cherche vous faire baby.
What it do? I see they be for me, it go they be for you. Nobody, anybody, we got pee for you. Yeah, only Jeremy, me on the fee, I lost your full stuff. No boy, that mommy, you do for the full stop. Jackie re-knock, you reload. Give my soul, I like in there to my phone, wash a pillow. Coco me, Jabby Milo. They make him more than a land on him, man, to know you. What it do? Allah, go easy. Yeah.
All the boys on take by my share, come on, sleep. Last year we are cool up, but this year we bad. We go give them a thought, we go show them the best.
This is Africa's model.
Say they call me like Tanana. Every day I'm crying. Oluwarakun bless my voice. Every day ni mo tẹ pa mọ́ṣẹ́. So them go sign the boys. Body where this thing be. Aye, you not turn by turn. That's it, call me back though. I'm missing I don't stop bro. I am a kaka. Ogi buku back to sender. Chebi no proceed on just to be basha. Oluwani go juya. I am a kaka. Ogi buku back to sender. Chebi no proceed on just to be basha. Oluwani go juya. Time wait for nobody. Remember those people where I say, make you no go for it. Time wait for nobody. Remember those people where I say, make you no go for it. I am grateful. They brought me from Ajegunle. Ìlú Ajé ni wọ́n bí mi sí. Boys dey hustle, boys know the rest. We dey suffer and still keep on smiling. Money no fit find me come out so. I gotta hustle to make my pay.
Pensioners FM.
Oluwa send my help out to me. Lord of mercy up on my way. Time waits for nobody. Remember those people where I say, make you no go for it. Time waits for nobody. Remember those people where I say, make you no go for it. I am grateful.
Pensioners FM. This is Africa's model.
Pensioners FM 106.7.
Give me the good sound. I love good sound. What a guan now. I love Pensioners FM. What you say, nah. I love good sound. I love Pensioners FM. There is a sound that goes deep into your soul, yeah. I love Pensioners FM. Meeting your needs if you're young or you are old, yeah. I love FM. 106.7 FM. Give me the good sound. I love good sound. I love Pensioners FM. Bó ṣe lówùrọ̀ ọ̀sán àṣálẹ́ àgbàlódé làwà ẹ̀gbọ́n títí dalẹ́ ẹ̀polówó ọjà kájé ó bugbájẹ́.
Oṣù dẹ̀dẹ̀ bí àró.
I love good sound. I love Pensioners FM.
Pensioners FM àkọ́kọ́ ọ̀rú ẹ̀ l'Áfíríkà.
Looking for that radio station that will serve you better.
Best of sports, entertainment, you go know we be master.
Information, education, now we get to make you era.
Enter the place, we set the pace, so you come follow in the race and say,
Abarigo Odireke 106.7.
Pensioners FM. What's a vibration? It could be a balode.
Pensioners FM. Abarigo Odireke 106.7.
Pensioners FM. What's a vibration? It could be a balode.
Pensioners FM.
Keep all a couple shaggy, couple chalani, come on.
Pensioners FM.
Titi kola kunleta ni your lata farming and go.
Pensioners FM. For every man, woman, young and old. Pensioners FM. Sponsorships and advert placement.
Pensioners FM. Agbalode, Rishi to Tokile, Ibalode, Beauty and Fashion Show, the Sharaloge, Beauty Lower Second,
Be from, be the best, lend the voice, on the rest, we the best, we the first ever radio in Africa. You just have to tune in 106.7. Pensioners FM. Pensioners FM. Sweet body. Pensioners FM. On celebration.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. I tell your mommy, tell your daddy, say now only.
Let the children come unto me, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Pensioners FM Santa Claus is here again this year with a bang! Parents and guardians, bring your children and word to our Santa Claus Gather at Oyo State Pensioners House at Barigo, Onire Kebada, as from Tuesday, 1st December 2020. Valuable gifts await the children from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Catch fun, feel the mood of the season. Schools, churches, corporate organizations, local government agencies, and associations can also come and book for Pensioners FM 106.7 Mobile Father Christmas at affordable rates. Christmas is here. Come, let's celebrate Jesus.
I'm the bunch.
You only have one life to live. If you're lucky, then you might get two. I was down, so down, took a hit. Was a miracle that got me through.
I've seen the world, paid my dues. Got plenty of scars, but nothing to lose. Tonight, I want to watch the world in front of the crowd. So yeah, look at me now. I'm a top of the world in front of the crowd. Looking back now, there's no regrets. Moving forward, that's all that's left. Wouldn't change a thing, even if I could. I struggle now, which is for the sin in the world. Paid my dues. Got plenty of scars, but nothing to lose. I'm on top of the world, in front of the crowd. So yeah, look at me now. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I'm on top of the world, in front of the crowd. Standing up, standing up, standing up. Oh, Africa, standing up. Catulecia, Totoni Jehovah, Malinda Congo, South Africa, Africa, Nigeria, I'm a top of the world, in front of the crowd. So yeah, look at me now.
Pensioners FM. This is Africa's model.
Manchester United season suffered a huge blow as a defeat at German side RB Leipzig knocked them out of the UEFA Champions League. Needing just a draw to progress to the last 16, the only Ghana Soldiers side conceded twice inside 13 minutes to leave their hopes in tatters before RB Leipzig added what ultimately turned out to be the killer third with 20 minutes left. All right, you're welcome to Sports Spectra this morning on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Agbari Gonireke Ibadan. Apologies for starting quite by schedule this morning, as it was due to circumstances that were quite unforeseen. But very quickly, we're here to give you the very latest update coming from the world of sports this morning. My name is Idris Abiola, reporting for duty and ready for action on the show. Yes, last night Manchester United were knocked out of the UEFA Champions League away at RB Leipzig in Germany. Of course, United staged their now customary second-half fight back thanks to a Bruno Fernandes penalty and Paul Pogba header, but ultimately fell short in that one. Of course, to rub salt in the wound, the goal scorer of the first and supplier of the second, Angelino, is currently on loan in Germany from Manchester City. And not too good of a start here. United exit at the group stage in the Champions League campaign for the first time since 2015-2016 under Louis van Gaal. But for United, it's all about the Manchester derby now in the English Premier League. That's the next fixture. Of course, they will be hosting Manchester City on Saturday in the English Premier League. Okay, still talking the UEFA Champions League this morning. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 penalties to take his Champions League goal tally to 134 as Juventus beat a scared Barcelona to seal top spot in Group G. And according to Barca boss Ronald Koeman, we weren't aggressive. It looked as if we would come out looking not to lose as opposed to trying to control the game. We weren't good and not even positionally. We looked scared. And those were the words of Ronald Koeman after that shocking defeat that they suffered in the hands of Juventus. And of course, it is Barcelona's first defeat in a group game since 2016. And Antoine Griezmann actually said something after that game. Griezmann said that the defeat was not Koeman's fault. Who else's fault could it be other than the players? We are the ones who go out there and play. We were missing everything. Desire, attitude, a willingness to run. Everything was bad. Everything was terrible. According to Antoine Griezmann, saying that Barca players did not give their all in that particular game against Juventus last night in the UEFA Champions League. Okay, very quickly, midfielder Jorginho scored from the spot as Chelsea finished a successful Champions League Group E campaign with a point against Krasnodar. Well, Chelsea actually made 10 changes to the side that defeated Leeds at the weekend, giving the first senior start to Tino Anjorin. While fellow 19-year-old midfielder Billy Gilmore also made his first start since recovering from injury. The Blues Chelsea finished Group E as winners with 14 points from their 6 games. All right, Borussia Dortmund Youssoufa Moukoko actually became the youngest player to feature in a Champions League match as his side beat Zenit St. Petersburg to finish top of Group F. And do not forget that the forward, aged 16 years and 18 days, he came on in the second half in Russia. And in the other game, Lazio qualified in second place with a 2-2 draw with Terma Club Brugge. The previous youngest Champions League player was Anderlecht's Celestin Babayaro, a Nigerian who was 16 years and 87 days when he played and was sent off against Steaua Bucharest in 1994. Okay, very quickly, a rundown of the results of games that went down last night in the UEFA Champions League. Chelsea, FC Krasnodar 100 ended between both sides. Rennes and Sevilla. Sevilla defeated Rennes away from home 30-1. Lazio Club Brugge 200 ended. Zenit St. Petersburg, Borussia Dortmund winning away from home 2-1. Barcelona lost at home to Juventus by 3-0. Dynamo Kiev defeated Ferencváros by a lone goal. RB Leipzig defeated Manchester United by 3-2. Okay, Paris Saint-Germain's game against Istanbul Basaksehir. We will resume tonight after it was abandoned last night with a match official accused of using a racist term towards one of the away side's backroom staff. That game could not be completed last night because one official, the fourth official actually, was accused of using a racist term towards one of the away side's backroom staff. Istanbul alleged fourth official Sebastian Kotescu used the language towards the assistant coach Pierre Webo. Former Cameroon international Webo was shown a red card in an exchange on the touchline. Istanbul players walked off the pitch in protest with PSG players following. And I can report to you that that incident actually happened just 40 minutes into the Champions League Group H tie, which was still goalless as at then. And it's been reported now that the match will recommence tonight from the 14th minute with new set of officials. Do not forget that PSG are already through to the last 16 after Manchester United defeated by RB Leipzig. And tonight in the UEFA Champions League, it will be Bayern Munich against Lokomotiv Moscow, Salzburg against Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan against Shakhtar Donetsk, Real Madrid against Borussia Mönchengladbach, Manchester City against Marseille, Olympiacos against FC Porto. All these games will go down at exactly 9 p.m. tonight, while at 6:55 p.m. This evening, Manchester City will be locking us with... No, I beg your pardon. Ajax will be locking us against Atalanta, while FC Midtjylland will welcome Liverpool right there in Denmark. Okay, these are the games that will go down in the UEFA Champions League tonight. We are waiting to see what will become of these games. Well, some teams already qualified, and for some, maybe for Group B, where we have Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Borussia Mönchengladbach, tie still very much wide open. Tie still very much poised in that particular one. Anybody can still qualify from that particular group. Okay, very quickly, do not forget that the NWFL resumed today. So we're counting down to see what in their stock. Also, Anthony Joshua has been talking to us in recent time. Do not forget, we counted down to that one too. December 12th, we're going to go down between Anthony Joshua and Kubra Pulev. Okay, it's exactly 8:15 right here on Pensioners 106.7 FM. Many thanks to you for listening, and of course, special thanks to my producer, Tunde Tiamiyu. My name is Idris Abiola. Good morning to you, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye, guys.
Welcome to the future.
Pensioners FM 106.7. Àgbàlódé rédíò àgbárígo lónírèké ń bàdàn.
Ọlọ́run ó mà ṣe é pẹ̀lú gbogbo títa ríro ọdún 2020. Ọpẹ́ ní fọ́lọ́run pé Kérésìmesì tún wọlé.
Ẹlúwa gbogbo Kérésìmesì, ẹlúwa gbogbo olùgbàlà dé o, ẹlúwa gbogbo.
Àrùn Fáyọ̀bí